Once the customer has accepted a quote, will be to create an order for that quote in order to book it in. And if it has products, then one of the things you're going to want to do is use those products either from stock or create supplier orders to do that. So in order to do that, the first thing you would do is, when it's ready to be ordered, is to go to financials and look at this button here. If you use stock, then you will see this button, or you'll create supplier orders, you will see this button. So create quote, convert quote to orders. So if I click on that, we will create an order for products that have a product type of product, MISC, plant and equipment, but we wouldn't do it for things like travel and labor, which aren't presumed to be physical products that you would order. So if I click next, it will pull through all the items that are in that survey. Now in this particular example, we have a particular product which also can have child products, and child products are different measures of the product in different sizes. So for example, a piece of fabric which you might have an offcut from. So in this case, we want 4 meters of that. And we can see our warehouses that we have 6 meters here, 20 meters and 100 meters. So in this case, the 6 meters would be okay to take because that would be greater than the 4 meters. You probably wouldn't do anything smaller than that. But in this particular case, I won't order it from stock. I'll just create a supplier order. So again, in here, this product, we require 3 and we've got no stock in our warehouses at this particular point. So in this case, they're all going to be supplier orders. So if I click next, it will look at this and say, this is where we're going to go. We're going to create the PO. And I can tell the supplier where we want that to go, where that wants to be shipped, so the desired delivery address. Now, I can do that in a number of ways. We've got our standard warehouses, but at the same time, we can also go and ship it to a user's address. So that might be an engineer's address, or we can ship it directly to the customer, or we can create a custom address, which might be, say, a contractor or something like that. So in this case, I'm going to ship that to this particular address. Let's go and do that again. I missed that. Let's do that. But the others I'm going to ship to our various warehouses. So that's the desired address. That's going to go and create the supplier orders, and this is the quantity. There is an option to exclude a particular one from creating, and that might be that you just happen to know that somebody's dropped something off, or it's not into stock, or it's coming to stock, or somebody's returning something or whatever. So there might be a use case where you remove it, but most of the time you want to go and create supplier orders for that particular group of products. So if I then go and confirm the action, you'll see the stock tab will come in, and that will show you all the products that you want to go and order, the quantities that are ordered, and the amount of quantities that are delivered, and it will be in a pre-order stage. Now you can go and order those to the supplier in a number of ways. You could do it manually by downloading a spreadsheet and sending it, or you can click this button here and you can say, I want to order these products, and it will go and do that and send that an update, and you can go and send and mark the product as ordered. Or you can go to the POs tab and you can click these buttons here to go and select them all, and it will send all of them to all the suppliers in one go. So if I went to do send supplier, it's going to send these particular template, and then off it's going to go, and it will go and send all of those suppliers. So once it's sent, you'll notice that the status has gone sent to supplier for all of them. And then if I go back, all the parts have been ordered, so the status is automatically updated to ordered, and I can go to stock and I can see that they're all marked as ordered. Now when they come in, you will mark them as delivery. So I'm going to mark here as delivered. I'm going to select the warehouse where it's coming in, and I'm going to mark that as delivered, and I'm going to mark as delivered. Now in this case, they're all delivered, so I'm going to mark them as delivered, and you will notice that the status of the job automatically changes to partially delivered. So we know some things come in, some things have not come in. If we go and look at the PO, what was sent to the supplier, if I click on the PO, you can see that the delivery address, the desired delivery address, was there and sent to the supplier. So that's what the supplier will receive in the PO to tell them what you require and where you want to send that. If I then go and mark all my assets in, so I'm going to bring them all in for delivery. Let's go to that one, and I'm going to mark that one delivered, mark delivered here, mark as ordered, delivered, and then put that one into delivered. In here, you will notice that the status of the job goes to all parts received, and at that point you may then send an email to somebody else who is in charge of setting up the job or managing the job for actual implementation, because at that part they're happy to go and do that because you know that all parts are received for this particular job to go and enact it at that point.